Okay, Jay here again at greentargetaccounting.com. We are back with QuickBooks Online Easy Bookkeeping series. And in this series, we will discuss the key areas that you need to learn how to use to do the categorization, properly record transactions for your business, generate reports, and analyze reports to understand better your business. So we will also tackle things that can help you make your bookkeeping easier and faster. For example, bank rules, recurring transactions, organizing the chart of accounts, some applications that can help you be able to integrate with, for example, if you have e-commerce business, you can synchronize the transactions from your sales channels. If you are using PayPal, then you can connect PayPal to the bank feeds. We will discuss some features like location and classes, how to use it, and how it can help you organize your income and expense reports to make it more understandable and be able to separate income and expense per business, per type of generation activity or revenue generation activity. For example, if you have different sales channels, you want to track it, then we can track different businesses inside one QuickBooks Online. And we will also discuss standard reports that you can use and analyze on a monthly basis. So if you have other topics in mind that you want to get covered, let me know in the comments. Okay, so we are here on part 1 of QBO Easy Bookkeeping series. Right now, what we will discuss initially is the parts and menus that you need to get familiarized with QuickBooks Online. So the first part, of course, is banking. So here in the banking, you will find your bank accounts and credit cards and the transactions that are running through here on the bank feeds. Aside from that, you can find app transactions if you have synchronized your PayPal, Square, Amazon, Shopify, eBay. And then if you have physical receipts or digital receipts that you have uploaded, you will find them here and you can review them, assign category or match to the transactions that are already in QuickBooks Online. So here on the reconcile screen, you can reconcile your bank accounts and credit cards. Choose the bank account that you want to reconcile and put the ending balance, put the ending date, and then you can start reconciling. Okay, next to that are bank rules. You can create bank rules to simplify and make your categorization faster. So for example, all Facebook transactions. So type here Facebook, and sometimes it will appear as FCBUK or anything like how it will appear on your bank statement. And then you need to test the rule to see which transaction will be applied. Or in the bank feeds, if you have transactions that the bank rule applies, then you can see here when you test the rule. Then you select what type of transaction it is and then select the category. For example, all Facebook transactions are advertising. Or maybe you can make a new account that can be called Facebook ads. So this one will be more specific. I recommend the more specific it will be, then that will be the better one. Okay, and let's save. Then we don't need this one, so let's create a pay for Facebook. And we can automate it. Since all Facebook transactions will be Facebook ads, we can safely automatically add the transaction and save. Now it will appear here as a new bank roll, and then this plus icon means it's automatically added. And after that, we can find your chart of accounts. Chart of accounts, you can create new chart of account items here, new expenses, new income. Okay, so in your chart of accounts, you can create new income, new expense accounts, new asset liabilities. So this is where organization of your books, of your reports starts. So the way you organize your chart of accounts will greatly affect the way the income and expense will be displayed in the profit and loss, balance sheet, cash flow, and other reports. Recurring transactions are transactions where you incur on a monthly basis or on a regular basis, and you can set them up here to be scheduled or not scheduled. After the transactions, you can find sales, window pane and or sales section, and in the sales section you will find your dashboard. Okay, so in this sales dashboard you will be able to see your income visual representation here, and the invoices is listed here, and you have quick actions. If you want to add a new customer, add a new product, or make a new invoice, receive payment, you can do it. Going forward, you will find your sales, all of your sales here, whether it's an invoice, it's a sales receipt, a payment, or what is this? It's a time chart. So next is invoices tab. So invoices tab, you will find only invoices. And here, only estimate. And what's interesting here on the invoices tab, you will find the ones that are already deposited, the ones that are paid, due, or overdue. So it's a good one to keep track of your invoices and prioritize the ones that are overdue. Okay, so estimates, if you want to send an estimate to your customer and then customer can approve it, you can do it here. And when the estimate is approved, it will become an invoice. Sales orders. Okay, so we have not connected sales channel, so nothing will appear here. So recurring payments, deposits. If your customers pay the invoices and then you create deposits, it will flow here. So we don't have an invoice yet and a payment, so nothing shows there. Customers. So this is one of the area that I usually use in order to find the customers and find the invoices, payments. So products and services, if you are creating products for invoicing purposes, then you will do it here. So for products, you can edit the name, the category, the class, and the income account you want to link on the product. So after the sales, you can find your expenses here and all expenses, bills, payments, and the vendor section. So the vendor section is one of the section that I usually use because it's more organized here. The expenses and bills are organized per vendor names, and you can see all transactions per vendor. So contractors, if you label some of your vendors as contractors for W9, they will appear here. And mileage, so we don't usually use mileage. 1099 filings, you can do 1099 filings in QuickBooks Online for W9 contractor. So after you categorize your banking, transactions, sales, and expenses, you can initially look at your reports now in order to have a quick look at your income and expense and how accurate is the profit and loss. Since we have not categorized all the transactions yet, the transactions here is not complete. Okay, so now we are in your profit and loss. This is the modern view, which I find to be somewhat more limiting than the classic view. And so I usually switch to classic view, but for illustration purposes, you can display columns by class, customer, and where is the month. So you can compare by periods, by percentage, income, and this is very useful. So you can see how your expenses and cost of goods or direct costs are eating up your total income before arriving at your net income or bottom line. So we can also filter by class or location. So we have not set up allocation or class yet, so we won't be able to use that meaningfully here. That will be discussed in the future videos. So let's switch to classic view because I find classic view to be more powerful. And we have an option now to present it by month. This is the profit and loss per month 2025, and this is a very useful view. So for that, you can save your profit and loss month to month basis and add a new group, sample monthly reports. Okay, and save. You will find your save report here on custom report. If you need to print basic financial reports, you can go here on management reports and review this one. If it meets your needs, then you can print. So this one has profit and loss and balance sheet. And maybe you can add cash flow report if you want. So for payroll, you can set up payroll for QuickBooks Online, and then your payroll transactions will appear here on the payroll section. Your employees, factors, and the pay runs that you do. So we don't have payroll here, so nothing appears. QuickBooks Online also has QuickBooks Time, where you can track your employees or workers per project and use the QuickBooks Time app. It requires a different subscription than the QuickBooks Online. so we don't have that for now. QuickBooks Online budget. So you can create budgets in QuickBooks Online. It's not very powerful as of now, but if it fits your need, then it's great. If you need to set up your taxes, for example, if you have GST or HST or VAT, you can set up your taxes. For sales tax, you can set up sales tax. So there's a new tab right now, and that's income tax for the business. So here you need to set up your type of business. 1099 filings can also be accessed. So here on apps, if you have synchronized some application to your books, they will appear here. And if you want to find a new apps for your business, you can also do it here. For example, if you want to use Expensify, or you want to sample, if you want to connect your Wix website, you can use Wix app. Let's see if we can find A2X here. Okay, so the one that I recommend for syncing your e-commerce sales, fees, and cost of goods sold is A2X. So it works great, very accurate for e-commerce accrual accounting. But for inventory management, A2X doesn't handle much inventory management, so you need to find an inventory management app and use it separately with A2X and QuickBooks Online. And that's it for the quick overview of the basic parts of QuickBooks Online. In the next video, we will discuss in more detail the first part that you need to get familiarized and need to learn how to use effectively and efficiently. And that is bank feeds. So in bank feeds, we will discuss in more detail how to sync your bank accounts, upload transactions, and do the categorization, match the bank transfers in the next video. Okay, that's it. If you find my video helpful and if you learned something from it, then please like and subscribe to our channel. And if you have questions or suggestions on the next topic that you want to get discussed or included, just let me know in the comment.